Hello and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to do a review of the Chanel classic shopping tote. So I got this bag back in 2017. Take it out before we begin. Back in 2017 in Milan. I went to Milan thinking I was going to get the classic Chanel flat bag and saw this bag and fell in love and knew I had to have it. So since I've had it for a while, I decided to do a review and talk about the pros and the cons. So if you're trying to decide if you want this or classic Chanel flap, now you'll know. So one of the great things about this bag is, well, first off, I have it in the Caviar leather. So the Caviar leather has seemed to be really durable, but if you can see on the sides, it's actually kind of worn. So the sides haven't held up as nicely, unfortunately. And so I could only imagine the lambskin with this bag. And there are these little feet so that when you put it down, it's supposed to prevent it from that happening. But as you can tell, it still shows signs of wear. I got the silver hardware. The straps are in pretty good condition considering the fact that I've had this bag for like 5 years now. And they do show some signs of wear. I did actually get a Twilly that I plan on putting on this bag so that I can avoid further wear. And if you compare it to the Chanel Grand Shopping Tote that was discontinued in 2015, as you can see, there is no middle zipper. And so the Chanel Grand Shopping Tote has that zipper inside in the middle of it. Instead, here you have a zipper here, little pocket, and then you have some more little pockets, put your phone, some lipstick. We have these little closures on the side. I don't care for them that much. I think they're a little tacky. And then we have here another flap. And so let's see what we can fit in this bag. I got a bag insert back in maybe the fall, just for my Neverfull to try and provide more structure for it. And I like the fact that the Neverfull, it doesn't really have that many pockets. And so now I have a whole bunch of different pockets for it. This is my insert, just a quick gauge, and I'll include a link so you know which one I'm showing you. I have just a couple of things, you know, with COVID, you can never have enough Purell or Lysol wipes, but it doesn't really fit in this bag. And so that's one thing I find really frustrating is that I have to have the closures open. I like the fact that I can just take that little insert out and put it into any bag, but as you can tell, it just looks a little more full when I have it in, like it pops out on the side. One thing that also I find rather annoying, despite the fact that I do love this bag, some cons are the fact that if you have too much in it, this comes apart all the time. And so that's the one thing about these, although they can be annoying, they're much harder to separate versus this when I'll be using the bag and if I have too much in it, kind of goes down. And so you'll see this. You'll also have, it looks like it's struggling to hold things up. So I feel like I can't put too much in here. I'll try and put my laptop and I'll get that look. So of course that's shut. I think it's a great working bag. It's initially what I bought it for, is something so when I went on interviews or went to work, I felt I had a classic bag that I can just go to that was professional yet simple, and I really didn't have to worry about it. It's not too ostentatious. I just thought it was a perfect classic piece, especially since I discontinued the Grand Shopping Tote, which was originally for back in 2015 when they discontinued it around $3,000. But this one, when I got it back in 2017, it was originally released in the spring of summer of 16. went for around like 4,600. It has since gone up since I purchased it. So glad to see that return on my investment, but it's just unfortunate, like you have the wear at the sides and everything. I'll still give you another look see so you can see the hardware and the zippers inside as well, because I love those little details. And so another thing too that can be annoying is that if I have too much in here, these will pop out and I'm left struggling when I'm carrying the purse. So we'll pop that back in. Right. You also have, I'm assuming this is for your keys. I have never used this. I currently have the Chanel card holder that I think is perfect for when I put it in this little flap. Perfect just to put in and take out. But this just at this point serves no purpose for me. If you're one of those people that would attach your keys to this, then you would love this. Other than that, I really don't know. Maybe your gloves, like when you have that little, you hold your gloves together, clasp it onto there, and just easy release of like, got my gloves. But besides that, I really have no idea. The pocket is pretty deep. Doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the bag, but you could definitely fit a larger wallet in there. Let me show you actually. I'm going to show you and put all my stuff in here so you can get a better gauge of everything that you can hold in this bag. I'll be right back. All right, now let's put some things in this bag and see how much it will hold. So we're going to start off with my sunglasses. Some lotion. We got that card holder, my wallet, which just really holds my chain and gift cards because I never carry cash. Little mask holder. Oh, I found something to use it for now when I gotta whip out my mask. Oh, beautiful. There is now a new purpose for this. Or you can just put your mask directly on that. Wow. Evolution, look at that. Got some gloves. Let's just pretend it's winter time. Stick these in here. Glasses in case you're going to the office and you're like, need both. Your agenda. This is the Louis Vuitton agenda in epi leather. Pop that right on there, and then let's get that iPad in here. So as you can tell, she is full. All right. Now, everything I just showed you really wasn't that much. It's something that you probably carry every day, especially if you're going to use this as a work bag. And you can tell we're already having trouble with the closure. There we go. Okay, and that side's done. Let's close it and see how this looks. This is heavy. I could use this to work out. Okay. But you see it like kind of pops out already. That's one thing I do not like when this bag is carrying what I think should just be everyday essentials. She's struggling. So just so you can get a look inside. Really isn't that much, but yet you're getting this little popping thing there. I'm really not quite sure why. So my overall review of this bag would be that I give it a 7 out of 10. It's a classic tote bag. I think it's gorgeous. I like the fact that it provides some security in which I don't have to worry that there's the classic Chanel closure. But at the same time, it is kind of concerning to me that if you have that opening right there for easy grasp. It's a great work bag for personal use, especially when I'm in the city. I just need to be conscious of my surroundings because again, it's easy pick. But it's also beneficial because then I can grab things easily. I think this is a bag that does show wear more easily, despite the fact it is that Caviar leather. It's a nice rendition of their Grand Shopping Tote, which was a classic and a cult loved bag. The one thing that I think the Grand Shopping Tote has over this bag is that it doesn't have this. And I think that's a good thing because I really don't know what the heck I would put in here. I'm welcome to your ideas. Maybe this is where we put the gloves instead, now that we have our new mask holder. You see, now I have something to hold my mask. Maybe you could just store your mask back here. I'm not sure what else you can do with it right now, but open to ideas of what you think it's used for. Overall, I don't use this bag as often as I'd like to, just because of the fact that it shows wear more easily. I've been using my YSL tote more frequently, and despite the fact that that's softer leather, I don't think it has shown wear as fast as this bag. And the straps as well, for whatever reason on that bag, have lasted longer. And so I'll do a review on that bag as well and talk about the pros and cons of that tote, which I feel is very much now a classic for YSL. Okay, as promised, I did say I was going to put a twilly on this bag because of the handle showing wear so fast. So let's get this twilly out. I do love the Hermes twilly. This one is this is gorgeous. I love the classic patterning. And then on this side, you have this, you see, it looks almost like gold, like as if it's something going through gold. So I like how it adds more dimension. I've seen twillies on like top handle bags like the Kelly and the Birkin, and it looks so beautiful. And I think with this bag, the only difficult thing is that you have the classic Chanel chain, which is just a beautiful part of Chanel fashion. And so wouldn't you want to show that off? But at the same time, I'm trying to make this bag last and not have it show the signs of wear that it already does. It's already, I mean, I keep it in the dust bag and I put the tissue paper, and I feel like it still has trouble holding its shape. So I'm not quite sure what the secret is there to make sure it does not do that. You see, even when I try and, it just does not want to go. I have no solutions for you for that other than don't use your bag, I guess. But I did give it a 7 out of 10, so we should, talk about some of the pros. And that's how beautiful this bag is. And that it is a classic. And you'll probably get your return on your investment. So twilly's gonna take a while to do, and I'm only trying to do a twilly around the leather part because I think the chain is so classic. So let's see how we can get this to go. Okay, I'm vibing thus far. Mixing up our brands, our classic brand patterns. And I'm sure if I was really tempted to, I could do both handles, but I won't. Dun, dun, dun. And that looks all sorts of messed up. What the hell is this? It just looks so perfect. It was like, wow, look at this. We're just going to ignore that little bulge and see if this helps it wear better. I feel like this tail is way too long. Just gonna. You see, I really wanted a twilly to be for this bag. And I am not standing the twilly look, but this is also not good twilly wrapping. And so if you came here to learn how to wrap a twilly, this was not the place for you, unfortunately. But it was the place to learn about all the cons to this bag. There are some pros, which I did go over, which were like far and few between. Saw Gucci. So maybe we'll reserve this twilly, another video on how to use your twilly or wrap it correctly. And by then, I'll be a twilly master. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy all that this bag can provide. Maybe consider buying secondhand the Grand Shopping Tote, because I think it might actually be better than this reinvented one. Why reinvent the wheel if it wasn't broken? I just mixed two different sayings, but we're gonna go with it because we like that. Do our own thing around here. Like wrap twillies however we want to wrap them. Whatever sparks joy. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for our next video. I'm thinking about doing a review on the Cartier Love bracelet. Maybe how to tie a twilly. That would also be a great one. Or different tote bags. Now that I've done a review of this tote bag, might be worth doing a review of the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, the YSL tote bag. There's a plethora of other tote bags out there that I can review, but those are just a couple of the ones that I have and coming up with off the top of my mind. And so let me know what you would want a review of next, want me to show you next. If there's anything you feel particularly passionate about. I love fashion, love luxury fashion. And one thing I really want to do in my videos is make it inclusive. One thing that I've found a lot throughout fashion videos that I've watched, I've been watching luxury fashion YouTube videos for what feels like forever now. I feel like a lot of times they're lacking in inclusivity. One thing that I do want everyone to take away from this video, if you take away anything besides the fact that this bag is a 7 out of 10, and that's me being very generous for its new multi-purpose mask capabilities. If I had a mask, I would put it on here, but this is my mask holder. So, just whip it out whenever you need to. We are maskers around here. But one thing I would like to point out is that in previous videos, I've found that a lot of times it lacked inclusivity. That there's this idea of like new money talks, wealth whispers. And the reality is that saying is racist. And I want to have a platform in which I'm able to talk about luxury fashion, but then also provide a social lens to it. And so if you want to be sustainable, you buy secondhand. There's nothing wrong with buying secondhand. If you use the expression, new money talks, wealth whispers, stop saying it because it's racist. Why is it racist, you ask? I realize I should elaborate. I will include links, but there's this concept of Sunday best. And that was when, during slavery, when slave masters would bring their slaves to church on Sundays, and they would have slaves dress up and show them off. Yeah, how messed up is that? I'm not using bad words on this. How messed up is that? And so they would show them off, but that was the only time in which African Americans felt that they were treated with respect. And so understanding how problematic that is when it came to when slaves were finally free, Juneteenth, there was this idea of how can we be treated with respect? We are freed, and the only time we've really been treated anywhere remotely with respect is our Sunday best. And so that's something ingrained in their culture. People use brands as a way to demonstrate, like whether it's a love of fashion or maybe because you're a minority, you're not treated equal. And so you elevate your social status and you wear labels. There's nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong is judging other people. And so we're not going to do that here. We're going to understand that certain people wear different clothes and it's cultural and it's significant to them. And so we're going to be inclusive over here. We're going to enjoy luxury fashion. We're going to enjoy some reviews. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you for coming to my first video. I'm sure they'll get better from here as I will finally know how to tie a twilly. I can't end the video on that note. We're going to end it with me tying the twilly semi-properly. Get ready for this. Dun, dun, dun. What videos do you want me to do next? What review? I have a Chanel beauty lock. Maybe we can do that and just talk about why the Chanel Classic closure is better than the beauty lock, which makes sense because I have not seen them make anything with the beauty lock since I got it. So maybe Chanel learned a lesson with that one. And maybe they'll learn a lesson with this one and say, hey, we're going to bring back the Grand Shopping Tote, which I think they should. But you can always buy it secondhand. And look at that. I finally tied the twilly. Okay, that's supposed to look much prettier. I tied it properly. You're welcome, folks. Look on this little mask holder. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching and stay tuned. I look forward to your ideas. Thank you.